Thank you, everybody, for joining us here at dynaCERT's channel. Just want to let you all know what we're going to be doing with this video series. We're going to be running through company updates and industry updates, answering any questions you guys have for us. So if you have any, please don't be afraid to send them over. We will, of course, be introducing members of the team. So who better to kick us off for video number one than President and Chief Executive Officer of dynaCERT, Jim Payne. Jim, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Yourself, Michael?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm really glad to get you on and get this kicked off. And how I want to kick it off is by introducing you, right? Let's paint a picture of your past experience and let people know how you wound up where you are today.
Okay, well, my past experience, I have was born and raised in southwestern Ontario on a quarter horse farm, but my father was the general contractor. So I became the fifth contractor in business, went in business when I was very young, built a very large construction company. We were in the commercial side. I got introduced. It was interesting. So then, when I was much younger, I got involved with the stock market and sort of behind the scenes. I sat with a group of people and we used to do a lot of capital raise. We'd analyze companies, we'd look at companies, and then we'd put a CPC together or something like that, raise a bunch of money and help the companies out. Mm-hmm. I never wanted to run a public company. I was behind the scene for years. Right. It was where I liked to be. I got introduced to dynaCERT, which was actually, the company's name was Dynamic Fuel Systems in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Back in 2003, I got introduced to this company before it ever went public. Fell in love with the concept of the technology. I became, between myself, family, and friends, we put the first $5 million into this company before it ever went public. Loved the company. Loved the concept of it. Watched the company fail miserably, and it became a necessity. Back 7 or 8 years ago, that I had to face a choice. I either took over this company and took the reins of it to try and turn it around, or watched it fail. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I took on the challenge.
Interesting. Yeah, so you kind of stepped up to the plate there, but it sounds like you've been kind of involved with business your entire life. What is it about business that really makes you spark, Jim?
I am a sucker for competition or for a challenge. I have thrived on challenges my whole life. It was interesting. I was actually born and raised on a quarter horse farm. I used to show quarter horses when I was young, competed. It became one of the high point performance winners here in Canada, represent Canada on the World Nationals on the team. Wow. Back when I was 19 years old. So I was always into competition. But in the construction side of it, I watched my family always work in smaller residential side. I wanted that challenge. I moved away, took on the role and started building big commercial projects. Started out, one of my biggest initial projects was building the expansion on a hospital. So I was always one to jump in with both feet.
Yeah, fair enough. So then walk me through what it means now to be the president and chief executive officer of dynaCERT. What do you handle on the day-to-day, for instance?
Oh, I handle on the day-to-day. It's interesting, Michael. Last night I got out of here at 10 o'clock at night. A lot of times I'm here at 10, 11 o'clock at night. It's answering phone calls, answering emails, trying to keep things on track, but also, we are now at the point where we're a big turnaround. We've just came out of 2 years of most difficult situations that the world has faced. Company is now really actively on a roll, and so we are pushing very hard to see this thing, succeed and see a very, very rapid turnaround.
Perfect, Jim. And I'm really excited to dive into the company overview on the next video, but kind of wrapping things up with you here. So we're nearing the end of calendar Q3 of 2022, and it seems like the year is flying by. How do you feel the year's went for you guys so far?
I would say that this year has been a challenge. The beginning was very tight and very tough. We have now seen things turning around. The third quarter, I believe we're just moving into that hockey stick curve. With the fourth quarter, we are going to see a lot of very, very exciting things. I am like I said, I'm a big believer in challenges and stuff like that. I'm also a big believer in collective intelligence and team efforts. And there's one thing that, we have done, I think we've done very well, is I've surrounded myself with a very, very good team. And, so together, I'm sure that we will see this thing
Yeah, fair enough. I was always told that the job of the CEO is to surround himself with people significantly smarter than himself. And that's what I
Absolutely.
that's all that seemed like a good philosophy to me. But Jim, one more bonus question for you. What's the thing you're most excited about trying to get across to people in this video series?
Well, I would dare say one of the things I am most excited about, I strongly believe that we needed to make a change in the world. I am not a young person. I've been married for 47 years, been blessed with 3 kids, 10 grandchildren.
Wow.
It's important to me that we leave this world in a better place. I know that, everybody talks, global warming, is it real? Is it not real? You can't face the fact, we have to face the facts that we have not done well with the world through my generation. I really do believe that we've got the opportunity to make a change and to make a change for the better. And I certainly believe with the technology that we've got, not that it's the end all be all, but it is certainly a big step. dynaCERT, when I first took over this company, like I said, it was originally Dynamic Fuel Systems. We changed the name because I wanted something more to reflect what we're about. dynaCERT is Dyna represents the old, but the CERT represents carbon emission reduction technologies. And that's really what we're about. You look at what we do today, we reduce the carbon emissions so significantly within internal combustion engines. And then now we are in the carbon credit world, where I believe this is one of the biggest, most exciting things that I've ever been involved with.
Well said, Jim. And I think you are 100% correct. There is no more kicking the can down the road. We got to start doing the work ourselves. Real excited to dive into more. Everybody, we hope you follow us along for this journey. And again, if you have any questions, don't be shy. We'll happily answer them for you. Jim, thank you for your time today, and please have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Michael. You too.